So my name is Emilio Bernabe. I'm the CEO of a company called Leankor. And what we do is we take the Salesforce platform and turn it into an enterprise class work management system. I'm really pleased today to have Mike here, Mike Oliver from SOLUS Network Solutions, that'll talk about how he did a digital transformation in his business to turn the Salesforce platform into a customer delivery platform. This is how he did it. So the base, the Salesforce platform gives you three core things: automation with Process Builder, Flow Designer, to really automate business events. The second thing it gives you is collaboration, like Chatter and Quip, for real-time collaboration between your customers. And the third thing is Einstein Analytics for visualizing the trending of your projects and the processes in your company when you're delivering to your customers. On top of that, Salesforce has launched Salesforce CPQ for configure, price, quote, but after you've quoted a customer, if that's a complex solution, and Mike here will talk about that, if it's a complex solution, how do you deliver that very quickly and repetitively with a standard process with high customer satisfaction over and over with hundreds of projects concurrently? How do you do that on the Salesforce platform? And Salesforce has Field Service Lightning for complex scheduling of resources in the field. But what if that maintenance project or that customer interaction takes a couple of weeks, or it's more complex with multiple resources? How do you manage that on the Salesforce platform? And what Leankor has done is built a customer-centric enterprise work management system, very visual, on top of this stack, this cloud stack. And what Mike's going to talk about is how his company utilized Salesforce, utilized Leankor to transform how he delivers to his customers in the telecom industry. So with that, I'll turn it over to Mike here.
Thank you, Emilio. You guys hear me okay? My name is Mike Oliver, the president of SOLUS Network Solutions. And SOLUS is a solutions provider in the telecommunications and cloud industry. We're customer focused, and our whole goal is to take the level of support that is commonly found in like a Rich Carlton or a Four Seasons type environment, and provide that to our customers in an environment that, quite honestly, if you've ever had to call your local phone company, is more like Motel 6. The different services that we provide range from security, cloud computing, communication services, Internet of Things, networking services, and business continuity disaster recovery. Some of the customers we have range from some very large accounts, companies like here, like Exactly, which is right over there, on down to the small companies like the cerebral palsy of Northern Nevada. So why would customers want to do business with a company like SOLUS? Don't these companies already have their project managers and their customer service representatives? Don't they have people that are there to take care of the customer? Well, in all honesty, yeah, they do, but they're extremely frustrated. A lot of our clients don't know, what's available to them, or some of them think there's so many that they don't know who to go to, who to talk to, who's better than which company's better, A, B, or C, and then a lot of them are just afraid to do anything. It's a fairly easy thing in the telecommunications communications industry to save a customer at least 30% on their spend today. Yet they're so afraid to change because they remember the last time they made a change, the last time they tried to implement a network solution that was so painful that they just never wanted to do it again. And so our responsibility is to teach them how we can do that without all of that pain. So what if we could take that chaos and turn it into a completely coordinated, managed, concise environment that makes it easy for the customer to do business? SOLUS takes a very strategic and consultative approach. We go out and we find the best solution for the customer. We negotiate the best price because we know all the good price points are, because we represent over 150 companies for these solutions. And then we provide long-term support. We provide proactive management, proactive service. And then when there is a problem, SOLUS represents about $10 million in annual spend, which is larger than some of the Fortune 500 companies out there for telecommunications. And we provide a little bit of the leverage that says, hey, if you want a piece of our spend, then you need to take care of this customer. And traditionally, we can get things done faster, and more efficiently than in their direct world. Lastly, the SOLUS way tends to give our clients peace. We care about our customers, we communicate proactively, and we exist to serve our clients. And then we do things that are always best for our customers. And then lastly, we have respect for our partners, our peers, our providers, and very importantly, our people. Because if we can have happy people working for our company, then they're going to take care of our clients. We chose Salesforce initially because we were looking for something that was working better than who has the latest spreadsheet game. Salesforce became the natural tool because we found a company that I believe is here at the show that actually had a customized version of Salesforce that works specifically with the industry that we work in today. So that was a natural progression from a pre-sales and sales environment. The challenge is that we were trying to do our installations and implementations within the case functionality of Salesforce, and that wasn't working. The problem that we have is that SOLUS as an organization has, we will be doing 100, 150, 200 installations at any one point in time within the organization. We even have some accounts where we might have a 200 site networking that includes VoIP and software-defined networking and dual network installations. That could be 300, 400, 500 installations all happening at the same time. And to manage that environment is extremely difficult. We were looking for a way to do that because I started getting concerned about customer satisfaction. I started getting calls from our customers that said, hey, where are we? As opposed to, hey, Mr. Customer, here's where we are. And that really concerned me because that's a kind of a pet peeve of mine. I don't want to have my customers be the squeaky wheel to us. I want to be the squeaky wheel to the people that we're working with. We had to be able to have a high level of productivity for our team. There's a cost benefit relationship to doing that, and a lot of times the solution is throw more people at it. Well, we needed to be able to increase our productivity by 30, 40, 50, 60%. The way that we're paid, the company, obviously, the faster we get something installed, the faster it's going to be, we're going to receive our revenue for that. And then the last challenge, and this is the biggest challenge we have, is you see SOLUS has people in 5 different states now. And some of them are working from home, some of them are working from offices. So we had a huge challenge with how do we maintain, we have this thing called the beer truck theory. And that is if my project manager in Denver, Colorado is walking down the street and gets hit by a beer truck, what happens? If she's working off of a spreadsheet, and if that spreadsheet is sitting on her desktop, then guess who gets to fly up to Denver, jump on her computer and go, where did she hide the spreadsheet, the latest one? And the other part about that is that we had no visibility into how much work each individual was doing. We couldn't tell. We couldn't back each other up. If someone got sick, we had no way to back them up. So that was a huge concern. We needed a solution that can allow us to handle a high volume, provide outstanding customer service, and to provide proactive communication with our clients. Now, we talked to a whole bunch of people out there about different ways to do things, and every single one of them, it seemed like they were trying to force our square peg into their round hole. And that wasn't really working for us. A lot of them came up to us and said, yes, this theory of the Kanban is great. Here's your board and here's how you manage that project. Well, that was one board, one project. That didn't work for us. It didn't take us anywhere where we needed to go because you really lose the value of the visual sense of what a Kanban environment really is being able to look at what's happening out there across all of my projects. And I actually monetized the time it would take to switch from board to board to board to board. And if one of our managers is managing 70 projects, and they have to touch that only once. Now, we touch our projects probably more like 5-6 times a month, but if we only had to touch it once, that's $7,000 a year worth of lost productivity per project manager. And so that really didn't work. And quite honestly, The folks at Leankor were the only ones that actually sat down with us and said, hey, what is it that you're trying to do? What is it you're trying to accomplish? They took the time to understand my business when I was a small company in their eyes. And some of the company customers they have, you'll see their logo list later, we're nothing compared to them, yet they took the time to do that, and they came up with a solution that was customized specifically to us, to our environment, and how we operate. As a result, we have improved our customer support and our productivity dramatically over this time. We've also, because we use Chatter, we've improved communication and collaboration across the company itself, even though we're all in different offices. Literally anybody can go and look at anybody else's project and figure out exactly what's going on, pick up that project and run with it. So if someone's sick, if someone's out, if someone gets hit by a bear truck, we've got that handled. The other thing that we do is we use what are called stickers, which tell us if we have projects or tasks that are due 4, 3, 2, and 1 day from now, and then overdue. And so every single day, everybody in our team gets together on our video phones, and we run a little scrum, and that scrum says, hey, I've got 10 projects or 10 tasks that I have to get done today. I've got 17, I've got 9, I've got 34. And so the people that have less are able to back up the people that have more because they know what's going on each and every day. As a result of this, we've been able to improve the time that we can get these things, these services installed, and our customer satisfaction levels are as high as they've ever been. Now, we started with just project management implementation, but all of a sudden my sales guys are saying, hey, you know what? I really like this. Can I take screenshots of this and put it into our sales presentations, because nobody else out there is doing it like we're doing it, and this the customers are impressed. And so we started doing that, and customers were buying from us purely because we had these systems in place which ensured that things weren't going to fall through the cracks. And then they said, gosh, you know what? I'd kind of like to use this for my sales environment. And so we built a board specifically for sales. You know, when I worked for a carrier back in the late 90s, typically you could handle maybe 10, 12, 15 deals at any one point in time, because any more than that, and there was this law of diminishing returns, which took away the opportunity for us to stay on top of things, and you'd end up losing business. Today, my top sales rep has 75 current deals that he's working, because he can see all of them on one piece of glass, and he's not the greatest when it comes to setting tasks for himself, but he can step back and look at it and go, I haven't talked to those guys in 2 days, and he can open up that opportunity and start working it all from this same single pane of glass. We did the same thing with our trouble ticketing and customer service department. Now they're using it, and we're able to literally track in the customer service department when they move from lane to lane to lane on this Kanban board, and that's how we rate them as far as their reviews go, is how fast they are able to move things through that system. And then lastly, we've been able to take and make specific boards. Remember I told you about that 200 site opportunity that has lots of different steps to that implementation. We were actually able to create a custom board for the customer, and that customer was able one time. She was trying to finish a presentation to her management on where we were within this implementation. She had a bunch of questions, and instead of trying to call my project manager at 11 o'clock at night, she was able to log on, take a look at it, and put her own notes into things, and ended up giving an incredible presentation to her management because she had 100% visibility. Think about it also, that takes productivity through the roof, because if a customer calls and says, okay, where are we on this? Where are we on this? Where are we on this? Every single one of those calls takes time. Now, if the customer can log in, take a look at them themselves, that saves them time, it saves them my project management time, which enables us to work on more projects together. In the future, we're looking at doing some automation, and there's about 15% of our workflow right now that can be automated, which obviously increases productivity in my team. And the last thing is that we are going to start doing some benchmarking with our providers and being able to show them exactly how long it took them to go to, from our request for pricing to the actual quote return, and benchmark them against some of the top companies in that field, in an effort to help them. Rising tide raises all ships. Make them better. Show them how implementations can be better. Give them some real information to work with. Lastly, it's interesting. We've had this solution now for almost 2 years, and about 3 months in, one of my busiest project managers says, "If you take this away, I will quit. I will no longer work here because there's no way I can handle the volume." And then I was on the drive down here with someone from my sales team, and he said exactly the same thing. He goes, "You know what? This is the greatest thing that you've ever done in helping me do my job. I love this solution. We appreciate what Leankor did for us. It completely changed our business around, and I wouldn't want to go to work without it." Thank you guys very much. If you have any questions, I'm going to just stand right over here. Otherwise, I'm going to hand it back over to Emilio.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks. Big hand for Mike. Yay. That was awesome. So again, Leankor has a lot of premier customers like Mike here, SunPower, Verizon, Johnson & Johnson, Google. We have a lot of premier customers that are transforming the way they actually use the Salesforce platform for enterprise work management in a very visual, appealing way for all different ways of working in your company. And so to reiterate, what I said at the top of the hour, or the top of the presentation, is the Salesforce platform does provide you automation through Process Builder and Flow Designer. It provides you analytics through Einstein, and it provides you core services in collaboration like Quip and like Chatter to help your team collaborate. But on top of that, once you've added configure, price, quote, and your salespeople want to deliver complex manufactured solutions to your customers, what Leankor does is really provide that overarching layer, like Mike was talking about, either simple Kanbans for continuous processes, Gantt charts for very large projects, all fully integrated with Einstein Analytics for seeing the trending of your projects and your business processes. And of course, with Community Cloud layered on top, all your supply chain and installers in the field and your demand chain can be integrated in one value stream, all in the Salesforce platform native. So customer-centric work management is exactly that. It's the ability to have all your employees, all your partners in the field integrated on one platform, whether they're doing project-based work that's long-running over many months, or very short-cycle processes like Mike was talking about to manage your sales pipeline, to manage your delivery pipeline, to manage your customer service pipeline. Leankor brings it all together in one cohesive solution. So thanks very much, and be sure to get scanned to win our drone. If you don't get scanned, you don't get entered in the prize. Thanks a lot.